big hello to everyone who's gathered here today. What did you guys feel with regard to the emotion of the song? I want responses. What was the emotion that you felt of the song that I just played now? Lost? Relaxing? It was relaxing? Sorry? Passionate. Unleash. Start off today's talk. Of course, it was unleashing the passion that I have for the instrument. And this particular raga, so as to call it, is a joyful, happy raga that we use in Indian classical music. It's known as Nalina Kanti. So this particular raga signifies and enhances the emotions. Through music, we can communicate and share feelings, emotions, and moods without any words. I didn't have to talk to you guys. You didn't know me in terms of what I was going to play. I didn't communicate anything, and this is all after my music that I'm doing it. So the theme of today's talk is going to be of exploring to enhance emotions. So you have an emotion, and everyone says through music you can experience very different kinds of emotions. How do we enhance that? How do we take that to the next level is what we're going to do today. And we as a team are going to experience it rather than me playing and you guys sitting and listening to me, or you guys watching it on the online portals and listening to me. So ragas play a vital role in Indian forms of music, that is Carnatic and the Hindustani forms of music. I'll be primarily talking about these forms as these are very significant to our Indian context. We of course have the Western classical, and we have the pop, the rock, and different genres of music, which I also play, but I feel that Indian forms of music, it's a personal opinion, I feel that are the most deep-rooted forms of music. Why I feel that is because once you learn how to play this kind of music, you can play anything else in the world. And I'll be showing you that. So that answers your once more question that you guys had. See, it's biologically proved that our body, every time we listen, so when I asked you what did you feel, some people said passionate, some people gave out different emotions. So it's proved that our body, our human body, releases a chemical called dopamine, which is known as which is the addiction chemical that it releases. So if you're addicted to something and you want to do it, that's the chemical your body gives out. So when you listen to music, that's what happens to you guys. Also, what I want to talk about today on this platform is how individual notes in a raga. So basically, what exactly is this? I'm saying raga, raga, like everyone's watching, and some people might not even know what I'm saying. He's like, he just played Summer of 69, now he's saying raga, raga, what's happening? So raga is basically, we have the 7 notes in music. So these notes positioned in different places, as in if in different random orders. There are many orders, like there are many permutations and combinations possible in the music, and henceforth they arise to many ragas. It gives rise to many ragas. So just to demonstrate, all of you have heard, this is a very young crowd and energetic and ready to unleash yourselves. So what I want to do today is make you guys experience that one note change. So I'll just give you a small sample of this. All of you have heard Apologize by Timbaland and One Republic. So I want your response. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. I want your response after the particular piece. So let's go ahead and play that. So what I played now, what is the emotion that you felt? Sorrow. So this same thing, when I play it in this way, same apologize. Major. What do you feel now? Exactly, but it's a song of apologizing. So in terms of the raga, I'm not talking about the lyrics, I'm just talking about the raga. So this is in the raga. What I played before, as I told the keyboardist, was in the minor scale, and this is in the major scale. So these are two basic scales, but when we take this major scale and just change this raga, has, this is Mohana. That is Shiv Ranjani. So just is in the first raga, is in the second raga. One note makes the difference. So that was just a small demonstration to prove to you guys that. Thank you. So just a small demo of what ragas can do. Now. So you must be confused, as in, as to the whole picture. You might not be getting the complete understanding of, what all this was about. And I will get to another demonstration after. A small relation between space, time, and notes. So music. So good music is a perfect blend of notes, silence, and timing. See, the pauses raise doubts, surprises, and questions to the listener, in turn making it exciting. So if you've heard the song, since this is to an Indian crowd again, if you've heard the song Tum Hi Ho, how many of you have heard it? Yeah, this is almost like at least 75 to 86% of the crowd has heard Tum Hi Ho. So Tum Hi Ho has a pause in the song. So what is before he actually says Tum Hi Ho, so why is that pause there? He can just say whatever, and then Tum Hi Ho. So that pause is what makes all the difference. I'm going to now perform a small piece, and you were able to tell me all emotions, and you guys are like almost getting everything right. But this is going to, you might not be able to guess what this is, and we'll try our best to check what this is. And also I'll portray how we can play any kind of music through our music. So we'll be going to Beethoven, Bach, and Mozart, and we'll also be going to Tyagaraja, Shastri, and Muthuswami Dikshitar in the same piece. So let's see how that works out, and I'll ask you the raga bit once I play the piece. This is Für Elise by Beethoven. Mozart. It's Symphony Number 40 by Mozart. Tumiho. So why do we have this pause? Like, it just kills it if I stop there. So now if I have to get you guys to get back to that emotion, I have to play the entire thing again. So let's do that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, one huge round of applause for this masterpiece performance.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a question for you guys. So why did it's not it's nothing cheesy, but I want to know what is the emotion that made you applaud? Like, it's an instantaneous response to any kind of music. It might be me playing, or even supposing you heard someone else singing to me, or you have an instantaneous response. And why is that? Does anyone know why you get that response? That is all because of that pause. So when you guys applauded the place when I played Tumiho, that is because of that pause. So to this crowd, this would be the most apt song to explain the importance of the pause. So getting further with the talk, basically in terms of you know how the mind works. So our brain has two parts. One is the mind and one is the intellect. So the mind portion of it will just recognize what's happening and just give you something. So the intellect is that which takes that and picturizes it. So if I say WhatsApp, what comes to your mind? Some random thing. Everyone would have different random answers. But if I say the privacy settings in WhatsApp, you would know that page where you would have last seen by, and you would say nobody, my friends, whatever. So that is the picturizing aspect. If I told you guys Bangalore, some of you might think of the Vidhan Sauda, some of you might think of Cubbon Park, etc. But if I particularly said, so there's a way in which you can guide the intellect. And what happens with music also is that when we tell you something, when I explained that the pause was what made it kick, so that enhanced your emotions unknowingly, and you guys all felt it right now. So that was what I was trying to do. So there's something about my life that I would like to share with you. And of course, everyone is born with music and has a ear for tones, because everyone traveling in a car, ringing of a bell, opening of a lock, everything is tunes. So when I was a small baby, my parents used to say that I would cry if a song was sung off note. And I remember my father used to play on the violin, and I used to go to the fingerboard and protest and say, teach me, teach me. So he started teaching me when I was like 5 or 6 years old, sorry, 3 or 4 years old. And I gave my first performance, say around, I remember around 6 or so. So in the past 18 odd years of my performance, I came up to this one guy who was in my performance, and he was crying when he came to the stage. And I asked him, why are you crying? So he said the music made his emotions go haywire, such that it caused him to remember his parents who had passed away for the past 32 years of his life when he was a small kid. And he said, your fingers reminded me, the way you played reminded me of my parents. So that is the extent to which music can go. And I think our music is because it has the gamakas, and also it has the curves that are there in our music which make it kick and which make it very, very unique. So we would like to end this talk with a question, and this would be a small piece for all of you and leave you wondering, because it doesn't end on the keynote, it ends on another note. So this is the last beat. It's called Celebration of Life. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anish. Guys, how did we like Anish? Was he good? Okay, so let's do a Mexican TEDx clap for him, okay? So as I move the mic, when the mic comes in your direction, you all clap louder, okay? All right, so I'm going to start from this end.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Anish. It was
Thank
a
you.
pleasure having you here.
Thanks.
Do you want to
Likewise.
say something to all the girls who are listening to you right now?
Tum hi ho.
All right, thank you.
So yeah, but anyway, it was great performing for you guys, except for the lights. But yeah, I'm sure all of you guys noticed that. Nonetheless, this is what I do. I combine different genres of music together to form a complete medley. And the reason for this is because I'm trained in the classical Carnatic style. And of course, Hindustani is also a wonderful style to be trained in. So please, all of you guys, if you really want to do something, I know people say, please do it and all. Really go out and do it, because this is the age, this is the time to freak out. Just do it. Thank you so much. Anish Vidyashankar logging off.